This is Mad Men Sports. Zach, what's going on, man?
I'm great. I am good. I am fantastic.
I'm not.
The Bills are going to get an earful today. And they deserve it. Honestly, they deserve it. And we've been skating by for far too long with this rose-colored glasses. But we got a lot to talk into, a lot to talk about. I don't know if we're going to be happy with the end of this show. I don't know. Listeners, get on this horse because we got some buoys to crush. What do you got, Jacob?
Just bad.
You want to kick off with your thoughts? What one word? What's your reaction to today's game besides bad?
Pitiful. Pitiful.
Shameful. That's what I'll
Shameful's good. I like that.
Shameful. That's my word, and I'll stick to it. I'm not changing that ever.
I don't think you should.
This is a
horrible.
one-win team. This isn't like, oh, you know what? The Titans are a little bit better than we thought. Not that. This is not, first game of the week, or first game of the year. We got to take we didn't take them serious enough. That's not that. This is the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have not won in U.S. soil since week 1 of 2020.
Very bad.
There wasn't even a vaccine back then.
Damn.
And here we are, losing them for the first time in America. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Just the offensive line. Cody Ford.
Is that where you want to jump into?
Yeah, that's my probably number one. Cody Ford, I hope you're still in Florida. I hope the Bills dropped you.
I've never been more proud to be blocked by someone on Twitter.
And
It's his best block of his career still.
it's very funny because earlier in the year, probably everyone remembers, he fought back on Twitter saying something along the lines of, hey, please don't make fun of me. I'm a person too.
He
well,
is.
Well,
You know
guess what?
You know what? He is. I'm not going to cross that line. He's a human being. He's probably got feelings, and that's true. He sucks at his job, though.
But
There's nothing we can do about
you
it.
shouldn't be playing professional football.
If that's your take, that's your take.
You should find another career.
He struggles. The whole interior
horribly.
line struggles, and I think Mitch Morse gets the brunt of it because he's got 2 unexperienced guards next to him.
Yeah.
Blitz pickup is horrendous today.
Horrible. Deion Dawkins also played very badly.
I saw the line block themselves or no one more often than I've seen them block a Jacksonville Jaguar today.
Or you see as Josh Allen's getting thrown into the dirt, you see Deion Dawkins just
Staring at him.
leisurely jogging towards him after he got beat by his man. Not even trying to pick up the block again. Not trying to pick up a block again. They're just standing there. I mean, you saw Josh Allen's arm covered in blood.
I don't know how to fix this.
I don't think you can. I don't think it's a simple philosophy change.
And I don't think we can be like, oh, at the deadline, they sat on their hands. This wasn't something that you could fix at the deadline.
No.
You weren't walking into Tuesday afternoon and walking out Tuesday at 4:05 with a line that was going to be fixed overnight.
And I'm not saying we have to have the best line in the NFL. I'm just saying.
No, you just can't have the worst line in the NFL. And I would be hard-pressed to say that there is a worse one.
Yeah, I after today.
Like, everyone's like, why aren't they throwing the ball downfield? Because they don't have time to set up a play to let Diggs or Sanders get open to get a ball downfield.
I agree.
I mean, I think about the half dozen of deep passes Josh Allen's had this year. It's him running to the sidelines and just using his arm ignorance to get the ball downfield on the run. There's been no pocket this year. His pocket presence is nil because there's been nil of a pocket. What am I supposed to do with that? What is he supposed to do with that? And listen, for the last 2 years, he's been able to cover it up because of his athleticism. He's out of options. He can't keep running around. It's embarrassing. He has to be embarrassed today because he lost this Josh Allen battle that he will never hear the end of. It'll always be, well, Josh Allen sacked him, picked him off, and recovered his fumble. And he'll always have to hear like, oh, he's not as good as the other Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a stud in this league. He's a top 10 player as voted on by the players. He is number 10, and he should be higher. But he will have to listen to how the other Josh Allen is a better Josh Allen because his team let him down today. And I'll even go further to say that I don't think this team has enough weapons. I will say that and mean it. This team doesn't have enough weapons because they have 2 running backs that are third-round picks that do not do anything to create space for themselves. They do not make negative plays into positive plays ever. They are people. They're people. They are not studs. They're not superstars. They are pedestrian running backs. And running backs are a dime a dozen. Well, that dime is calciumed over because these dimes are busted. It's time to get new ones. And there's nothing you could do this late in the season. They had a chance to get a running back. They didn't. They got Matt Breida. They left him on the bench every week since week 1. What are we looking at? Because these guys aren't making plays. These guys aren't fast enough to make a play. And you will see Matt Breida next week because Zach Moss is in the concussion protocol now.
You're not trusting Tywan Jones.
No.
Yeah.
You should never trust Tywan Jones. I hate Tywan Jones. The last time he made an offensive play, I could tell you, and they brought it up, he hasn't had an offensive play in 2 years. I remember that offensive play. He caught that BS pass from Deshaun Watson in that playoff game against the Bills that got them into field goal range to make that last-second field goal in overtime of the playoff game that the Bills should have won when his team also let him down. And everyone calls it Sugar High Josh. Everyone's like, Sugar High Josh trying to do too much himself. Well, he tries to get everyone involved. They're not helping him. What do you want out of the guy? You think back to the Houston game. They're throwing a fit because he's trying to pitch the ball to Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox catches it as a touchdown. We're not talking about anything else besides losing to Kansas City maybe in the divisional round. They call him Sugar High Josh. He needs weapons. 34-year-old Emmanuel Sanders shouldn't be the leading receiver on this offense any week. He should only ever be a complementary piece, not thank God we have this 34-year-old. That's not a solution. Go get Odell Beckham. Hopefully he clears waivers. He becomes a free. Listen, and I'm not an Odell apologist. Go get another weapon for this guy. Why is it that whenever someone goes, a free agent goes, mid-season free agent, surprise cut, they would always go play with Tom Brady? They would always go play with Patrick Mahomes. Why won't the Bills make a play mid-season to have someone come in here that is a proven talent in this league that's proven that they can provide production at any given point, whether it's the Giants, whether it's the Browns? Odell Beckham should be a Bill by the end of this week. If he clears waivers, the Brandon Beane owes it to his $250 million quarterback to call him and have him come here. Because you go to Beasley in the first half, and then you stop going to Beasley in the first half. Do they take him away? I don't know. You don't see Stephon Diggs until the last 2 drives in the game. What do they do then? Because Josh Allen isn't having time to get there. Why aren't you using the same weapons that you used last year? Why is there no pre-snap motion with Isaiah McKenzie coming across on the fake jet sweeps? Why is there no Gabe Davis this year?
Gabe Davis hung out to dry. Same with Isaiah McKenzie. We've been saying that all year.
And listen, and you're thinking that's because they're not using him. I think they don't trust him. I don't think that they believe in their talents enough. And maybe that's true. Go get a guy that's proven in this league. I'm telling you, because at the end of this year, Emmanuel Sanders is retiring. At the end of this year, Cole Beasley's 32 next season. What are you looking at? You're looking at a 29-year-old, 28-year-old Stephon Diggs and a Gabe Davis that's had one decent year, and this year he's been an anomaly.
You haven't seen him.
Yeah. And then what do you got? They barely brought back Isaiah McKenzie this year. And yet he worked last year. So what does the offense need to figure out? Do they not trust their line so much that a pre-snap motion might trigger them to go false start? They're not even running the same offense as last year. It's not even in the same stratosphere. And it can't blame Josh Allen for it because he's not playing hero ball. He's not playing Sugar High Allen. He's doing everything he can to keep his team involved. And listen, the defense did great today. They had 2 interceptions, so short fields, kept the Jags to 9 points. But why can't the defense make a turnover when it counts? I'm begging for the ball.
The golden
They're dropping
number
picks.
is you hold a team to 17 points, 9 times out of 10 you're going to win. You hold a team to 3 field goals. On a drive, you have 3 consecutive missed field goals. And you can't have an offense with Josh Allen, up until probably this week, a unanimous pick for the MVP. So
You can throw that out the window.
That's done. So something's not mixing here. You have a defense during the broadcast. You show all their stats and where they're ranking. You see first, tied for first. There's a missing link here, and it's not Josh Allen.
Because you have the number 1 offense and you have the number 1 defense, and yet you have the same amount of wins as the New England Patriots this far in the season. They're 5-4. You're 5-3.
Yeah. Bad. This
And all 3 of your losses have been AFC.
You're-
So you can kiss that first seed goodbye up until maybe you can figure something else. Have everyone else suck. But right now, you're kissing that first seed goodbye.
And for everyone that's possibly going to say, guys, the sky isn't falling, it's like DEFCON 5 here.
It should be, because it's the Jags.
The Jacksonville
it's 1-6 team.
Jaguars.
And you put up 6 points.
Another AFC opponent.
That you lost. You lost to 3 AFC teams. The Patriots now have the same amount of wins as you. And your number 1 offense just put up 6 points.
You see the Browns
So you got to figure something out for
drop
offense.
41 on the Bengals. As we're recording currently, I don't know, the Rams are beating.
No.
The Rams are losing to the Titans.
Yes.
Considerably, excuse me.
At least by 3 scores.
You got the Baltimore Ravens
Coming
steamrolling people.
Coming back in the overtime against the Vikings. They were down 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, the Chiefs still are what the Chiefs are, but you're getting these teams that are emerging, and up until what we saw today, the Buffalo Bills look like a complete joke when it comes time to playoffs.
Are you telling me this offense can't go blow for blow with a team? Because we now lost every team. You lost every game where you needed to score, in the late ends of the game.
Yeah.
So listen, I don't want to hear that you have the number 1 offense. I don't want to hear that you put up the most points, most yards, whatever. I don't care about that because I'm watching the games. I see every play. I don't need the stats to tell me something I'm not seeing. You've played bad teams, and you're starting to lose to bad teams. That's your bad problem.
How does Josh throw for 265 yards and run for another 50-plus and not score a single offensive point, obviously, other than 2 field goals? How does that happen? And it's not even garbage time because
And it's not
we
complimentary
barely
football.
touched the ball in the fourth quarter. We did not
It's
sustain
not garbage.
drives.
It's definitely not garbage.
No. So how is this happening? We've had one of the best red zone offenses in the league. Josh Allen famously has never thrown an interception, 80 touchdowns. Where was that? That you're talking about play calling at that point. I don't know where Brian Dable.
He needs help.
That and play calling.
And I can honestly say that you got Brian Dable again next year.
Yeah, he's not getting a head coaching job.
No, you got him next year.
What are you doing?
His 3 losses have been bad losses, except for the Titans.
You see Zach Moss, you see Devin Singletary. What are you doing running on first and second down consistently?
Coming out of the half.
Yeah, you have the best
Bring
quarterback.
some balls with you out of the halftime.
You're the best quarterback wide receiver tandem in the league up until this week. What are you doing running the ball with Zach Moss and Devin Singletary? It's not like you have Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Delvin Cook, Ezekiel Elliott, Alvin Kamara. You have Zach Moss. You have Devin Singletary.
You have Cole Beasley dropping a ball on 3rd down. That's a backbreaker. Maybe it was 2nd down.
Third down. It was 3rd down.
First half, 7 catches. He maybe had 8 in the first. He ended the game with 8 for 33. Stephon Diggs was pretty much invisible the first half. That fourth quarter, he came alive. That got your offense moving, and then you stalled.
Let's talk about that last offensive play. That 4th down, 4th and 16. Emmanuel Sanders wide open. Sure, you had Tommy Sweeney in front of him. I don't know what was going through Josh Allen's head.
He was on the run, so don't you can't put it on Josh. He has no time to sit there and think, okay, go through my read. He's on the run, falling out of bounds to the sideline.
Yeah, but right in front of him was a wide open Emmanuel Sanders, right at the sticks.
I'm not going to blame Josh Allen for that play.
No, but it just
he's on the run. He's running with Tommy Sweeney. You throw to who you can find. If you're not going to look at Emmanuel Sanders, that's one thing.
yeah.
And listen, he's also looking at Emmanuel Sanders, a 34-year-old dude, and thinking, okay, he can make this play. And he did make a play. He made a play on 4th and, 3rd and 16, 3rd and 22, some stupid shit. And he made a play there. I think you need to get another playmaker in this team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not disagreeing.
Maybe that's not the take you thought I was coming in here with. Number 1 offense, all this, that, and the other thing. We watched the game together. That wasn't my take then. The more I sat on it, I think this team does not have the right mix of playmakers. They got a 34-year-old dude. They got a 30-year-old slot receiver. They have Isaiah McKenzie, who they don't trust, gave a 1-year deal, paid him in candy.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis can't see the field for some reason. They're seeing it, not me. Because when he's out there, he's not making that many plays. He should have caught a ball on 3rd down. It would have been a 1st down. I remember that play. He was right here. Got to catch those.
Let's talk about how disgustingly undisciplined we were today as well.
The penalties were bad.
Very.
And you can go up and down. Was that a legit penalty? Was that not a legit penalty? Up, down, all the way around.
That was an offsides. That was a false start.
There's a couple false starts.
There was a lot.
On the Jacksonville. The whole right side was false starting all game. I don't care, though. Call whatever it's called. I'm not going to sit there and complain about the refs. I'm over that. You got to be good enough to beat both things. You got to beat the other team and the refs. That's just always how it's been.
No, I know.
And I'm not going to sit here and, it's not easy being a ref.
The Bills were undisciplined today.
The thing I will complain about is Sean McDermott not challenging that Emmanuel Sanders play.
Yeah. Yeah, you were yelling
He
at it.
caught that, fumbled it out of bounds. What was it, 5 yards he would have gotten?
Mm-hmm.
But 5 yards is everything when you're in a field goal game.
Yeah.
How about not taking that holding penalty to have them kick a 55-yard kick?
Yeah.
That's how you lose. You lost the 3-3.
Or at the end of the game when he got sacked and ended up, I think, fumbling the ball, they were in field goal range.
Yeah, they can't take that sack. And you know what? I'm not even upset about that interception he threw to Josh Allen because he couldn't take a sack there either. He's just got to get the ball away.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the offensive line is so fucking bad.
Very fucking bad.
And listen, is Spencer Long, the guy that hasn't even played more than 3 months of NFL football, that much better than everyone else that we have there?
It seems to be
Listen, they have 2 new guards on the line this week. You don't have 7 competent NFL linemen on your team?
Seems not.
Listen, we thought it was a joke bringing in Bobby Hart. I didn't know they were just looking for warm bodies this offseason. And listen, you want to talk about the trade deadline, that's one thing. But he had the free market, and he brought back John Feliciano for a 3-year deal. Not even a 1-year bridge contract. He was bad last year. The last time you saw John Feliciano on the field last year, he was picking up Josh Allen from also getting him sacked. Then they signed him to a 3-year deal and said, oh, it's fucking fine. It's not fine because he wasn't even here today. And you waste a pick on Cody Ford and you keep bringing him out there every week. Stop putting him out there because you don't have any value on him now. The Bills are in trouble. I don't think they realize they're in trouble. Maybe they do now. But they were playing with house money last week when they came out and started just dump screen, bubble screen, bubble screen, bubble screen. This offense is broken. And listen, your offense isn't broken because you have Josh Allen. This is what, throughout the drought, the 17, 20 years, just kept saying, oh, we just need a quarterback. We just need a quarterback. We just need a quarterback. Well, yeah, this is it. This is why you get a quarterback. Because no matter how bad everything is around Josh Allen right now, you're still in the number 1 offense. This isn't a championship team by any matter. The defense is good. Defense held the Jags to 9 points. That's an accomplishment. Offense, you have Stephon Diggs, if you can get the ball to him. You have Josh Allen, if you can keep him upright. You don't have a running back. There's not a running back in that whole damn building. Tywan Jones is the number 3 running back next week. What are you talking about right now? Listen, the Browns bring out running backs out of nowhere.
The whole NFL brings out running backs out of nowhere.
The Colts have like 4 dudes right now. Browns have at least 3. Broncos have 2. We have 0. The Bills have 0. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that every week I go, oh, the Bills win by 50. They're not doing that anymore. And I'm not guessing that anymore because until they can fix that, 20-10. That's what I guess next week. 20-10. Matt, you think Josh Johnson is going to come light your ass up? He's not as bad as Trevor Lawrence is. He's going to come in there, walk over your shit, and just walk over you. Matt White, he can put up yards. Stop with the Bills Super Bowl parade. You got to put that shit on ice because they look like trash.
Very bad.
And I don't care. Number 1 offense, number 1 defense. Go listen to another podcast if you're upset with how we're talking. We're trying to give you the real shit right now. And listen, if Dave was here, he'd be like, oh, you guys are overreacting. You don't need anyone. Just need the line. Well,
and that's why he's not fucking here.
You're not fixing that.
I'm just kidding, Dave.
And you're not fixing the line. The line's not fixed. No. You're going through the rest of the year with these dummies. These are your 5. Maybe you mix in 2 guards when they're healthy. But this is your 5. This is your 7. They don't throw linemen off trees. The Bills do. They give them to the Browns. They give them Wyatt Teller. That's how good Brandon Beane is. He's scouting for other teams now. And you know what? I don't mean to be. I said this. I tweeted it. I don't want to be rude to Brandon Beane. I think he's done some fantastic things in Buffalo. I don't want to hear executive of the year talk out of Brandon Beane at all, because this is the offensive line he trots out this year. He had plenty of chance to change it. This is the offensive line he trots out. Putty, no. This is pathetic. Titans deserve it. Whoever the Titans guy is, give him the. Honestly, go to the Titans fans. Because their defense is coming along. They stopped Josh Allen on the 1-yard line. They have a pair. I don't think Sean McDermott Why does he play down to coaches like that? Urban Meyer outcoached him today. Think
I don't
about
know.
that.
That's been an issue for all of Sean McDermott's career. He plays down to the other team's level.
I can live if Andy Reid's out coaching me. I can live if Brandon or Bill Belichick's out coaching me. But Urban Meyer? Mike Vrabel? Figure it the fuck out, Sean. And listen, I've had my gripes with Sean before. I think he's been a very lucky Irishman. I think he's made some bad decisions in his career, starting Peterman.
Yeah.
Not having a quarterback ahead of Josh's rookie year. I think he's gotten lucky a couple times. What are we looking at right now? A defense, Leslie Frazier, he might be gone. This is a good defense. We got some injuries today. Trey White, I don't know how serious that is.
Taron Johnson, concussion.
You know what? When that happened, I thought, you know what? Rest him next week, too.
Can you know?
You have to. But you're not resting him. You need that guy back for the Colts because you're going to get steamroll against the Colts. This offense is putting up with that defense. That defense last year that they saw in the playoffs, that would kill this offense right now. Darius Leonard's going to tee off on this team tomorrow, next 2 weeks. C.J. Mosley's back with the Jets. He's got Allen's number every time he's played him. Once. Twice. He's played him twice.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I mean, it's pitiful. This isn't the state of the Bills. This is bad. And listen, everyone's going to tell you, oh, you know, they're 5-3. They're 5. The Patriots are 5-4. Before you fall asleep tonight on Monday night, think about that. The Bills are 5-3, and the Patriots are 5-4 with a rookie quarterback. Better wake up because those guys don't quit. Because if they get Odell Beckham,
it's over.
If they make a move and you don't, Belichick's not scared to make moves. Belichick's a good coach.
I'd say so.
Belichick's a mighty good coach. He's willing to get rid of guys like Stephon Gilmore and still be 5-4 right now. The Bills need to wake up because I don't think they realize that. I think no one realizes that. The Patriots are right there. And you haven't played them yet. You've only played twice in the division. You got to play the Jets twice. They've snuck up on teams.
Yeah.
Bengals lost to them. Titans lost to them. Titans are probably the best team in the AFC right now. Lost to the Jets. You better bring your fucking A game. Find some offensive line because Quentin Williams is going to eat that ass this week. I don't know what they do in practice. Bobby Johnson's a fantastic coach. I'm not putting this on the coaching. These are guys that are going out there and can simply not find a guy to block. I don't know what speed they're playing at. What practice speed are they practicing at? You don't have 2, 3 practice squad defensive linemen that can go out there and give full speed looks to these offensive linemen? Because these guys have, the interior guys next to Morse look like they've never seen a full speed NFL defensive lineman before. I mean, what was Darrell Williams doing sometimes? He'd see a stunt come off the end and react to it like he had cinder blocks on his feet. I mean, this team's in trouble. What was I thinking the 1 seed this year? What was I thinking? What a moron I am. This team always makes me look like a moron.
Go Bills. 23 minutes. Oh, 10:45.
This team makes me look like a moron every time. You got any other takes? What about special teams? Isaiah McKenzie didn't look bad in the return game.
No. Brought a couple early in the game pretty well on kickoff returns. Matt Hack.
Who gives a shit?
Kicks the ball a little too slow. But
This team needs to find a way to be better than what they are.
9-6. Fucking
9-6. Stop with the number one offense talk because I just saw you go lay an egg against the Jaguars. Urban Meyer's Jaguars. This isn't Gus Bradley.
The worst secondary in the league.
This guy's got controversy every week.
He doesn't know how to coach.
He couldn't even make it in the college football ranks anymore. And he beat you with a rookie quarterback that was hurt. A rookie coach and a rookie quarterback controlled the ball against your number one offense?
Pitiful.
Who do they even have? Shazan, Josh Allen? They had 2 takeaways all season going into this game. They walked away with 3 more. They got 120% more of the takeaways they have all season.
Bad. Just fucking bad.
It's actually 150%. It's even worse when you do the real math.
Damn.
And I can't even blame Josh Allen because no one helped him. What are these running backs? If I had to listen to James Lofton tell me about Zach Moss being a problem in the fourth quarter, not being around, there's a problem when he's on the field. Is Dawson Knox that important to this team?
I hope not.
We wanted to cut him last year. I need to find out what the difference is right now. I need to find out what happened last year. Because was John Brown just being in the neighborhood that big importance? He can have a stay here. I got a room. Because he wasn't playing. He wasn't on the field. The 11 guys that were on the field last year are the 11 guys in that locker room still. There wasn't a magic formula running back last year. Stop acting like the running backs were, there's a fall off. Oh, we only got 9 carries or 16 yards out of those guys. What the fuck were you getting on them last year?
Suck.
What were you getting on them last year? You didn't make a move during the offseason. You can't expect the running backs to be better now. What did the Bills think was going to happen? That's what I need to know. Is Brandon Beane just sitting up there like, man, these offensive linemen? Watch the game. Watch the game. These guys aren't ready. Micah Hyde said, we weren't ready to play today. How? You got on the plane yesterday. You landed. You woke up. You guys walked to the locker room. How were you not ready to play an NFL game? You lost Mitch Trubisky and Jake Fromm to the COVID list 24 hours before the game started. Were you nervous? Is Mitch Trubisky integral to this offense being the number 1 offense? Because you had everyone. There's no excuses for not being ready. Were they worried about Jake Fromm not being able to go tomorrow? Well, what are the excuses? I'm out. I'm out of the excuses. There's none. There's none. There's no excuses. Poor execution. There's players that can play in the NFL, and there's players that can't. They have 2 guys in the offensive line, and I like Ike Becker. I don't like Cody Ford. I've seen Ike work. Swap him around. Why can't Ike be on the left side? Why? How bad is Ryan Bates? How bad is Ryan Bates if he's not getting playing time with those 2 guys playing? Talk to me. How bad is Ryan?
I wish I had an answer for you. Must be pretty fucking bad.
Halloween was last week. Was he hanging out with Norman? It's disrespectful because I had to sit there. It was 60 degrees out, sunny, November. Today was the 6th of November. 6th of November.
7th.
7th of November, 60 degrees, sunny. And where did I spend my Sunday? In my living room, watching a 6-point Buffalo Bills team.
I thought we were past only scoring 6 points when the drought ended in 2017. I thought that was the Bills.
That's a good stat. What was the last time the Bills didn't score more than 6 points?
I don't know.
I think the Ravens game. We got the Ravens game week 1 of Josh Allen's rookie year.
That's an interesting question.
It had to have been Allen's rookie year. Had to have been. I don't know. And I trust, like I said to Jake during the game, I trust